So to speak on behalf of our seniors and our captains, I wanted to pick a student athlete that had a great perspective on our last 2 years here in the program. Somebody who has kind of a lens both back into the tradition of Derby football, as well as can speak to what's happening and what's going on here right now. Michael Hyder is one of our senior and our co-captain. He grew up hearing stories all about Derby football. Was raised watching games on Friday nights. His dad actually had the opportunity to speak here a couple years back. I've had the privilege of coaching Michael for 4 years, both in baseball and football, and watching him grow up, both as an athlete and as a young man. And I couldn't be more proud of who he is and the leadership he brought to our team this year. So our student speaker, Mike Hyder.
Good afternoon to all the athletes, coaches, administrators, everyone here. I just want to start by thanking Coach Boehner and the Derby Shelton Rotary for letting me speak today. My dad attended this banquet during his senior year in 1990, like Coach Boehner said, and he was a guest speaker a few years ago, so it's an honor for me to be here today. Like a lot of high school football players, I started preparing for the season the first day of summer. On June 12th, I woke up at 7 in the morning and came to the field to start conditioning and doing drills and just getting ready. I remember what I lost from my junior year, like being able to play 7-on-7 and practicing helmets, and I knew what some of my closest friends had lost from their senior year just last year, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't take my chance to play for granted. Going into the season, we knew the situation we were in when it came to the numbers, and we did our best to get guys to come out and play, but at the end of the day, you can't force someone to have the desire to come out. So we put that to the side and focused on Woodland Week 1. Each week of our season, our numbers got thinner and thinner, and we knew that overall we were a young team. With only 3 seniors and 4 juniors, we had to rely on underclassmen to assume a role that most of them are unprepared for. It was also a great opportunity for those underclassmen to get experience at the varsity level when most of them aren't prepared for that. It was an opportunity to set a foundation for the program for years to come through the underclassmen. The freshman class specifically has the biggest numbers and have a real opportunity of doing big things down the line. On a team with a lot of guys, most freshmen are practice squad players and don't suit up for games on Friday nights. Some of our freshmen don't even realize the valuable experience they got this season and how valuable it'll be for them down the line. Obviously, the first 5 games didn't go as we would have hoped on the scoreboard, but one thing I kept going back to was perspective. Perspective was written on our whiteboard in the locker room for most of the season, and it was up there for a few reasons. The underclassmen should look at the season through the perspective that even though we were losing games on the field, they were getting valuable experience and getting a head start at the varsity level compared to other guys their age. I looked at it from the perspective of my senior season and some of my friends' senior season last year. I would have done anything to be able to play the remaining 5 games on the schedule, but that just wasn't a reality. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that my friends who had lost all 10 of their games last year would have done anything to get a 5-game season like I had. So I chose to view this season as an opportunity. Every practice, every game, every film session was an opportunity to lead, to grow, to build. And it was through small moments like that I learned more about life than I ever thought I would. From my coach's leadership and guidance, I learned how to be a leader on and off the field and how to be a role model for my younger teammates. My coaches never allowed us to think that quitting was an option, because in life, quitting is never an option. Having said that, I want to take this opportunity to thank my coaches. A lot of people have formed their opinions on us from the outside looking in, and they might look at it as if we folded the program and gave up. But our coaches did the opposite of that. Coach Boehner, Coach Clark, Coach Grillo, Coach Matt, Coach Baker, and Coach Cotter did everything they could for us to prepare week in and week out, even when people around us were raising the question if we could get enough healthy players for the game. They kept morale high and made sure that we were at our best in practice every day. We have faced more adversity in the last 2 seasons than anyone could imagine, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys realize how much you've meant to us and how much you've taught us about life, and that we all appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you.